Secretary of State Anthony Blinken, he warns the U.S. is falling behind China as a leader in confronting climate change. Watch this.
It's difficult to imagine the United States winning the long-term strategic competition with China if we cannot lead the renewable energy revolution. Right now, we're falling behind. If we don't catch up, America will miss the chance to shape the world's climate future.
I don't get it. But let's see if former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo gets it. Mr. Secretary, I do not understand what our current Secretary of State just said. Can you explain?
Stuart, I can't. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be a very helpful translator there for you. It makes no sense to talk about a competition with China being centered on climate change. Look, the Chinese Communist Party will show up, make promises, and break them on climate. It's what they did with the Paris Climate Accords. That's their direction of travel. This is a fake. What we will do is we'll spend a whole lot of money, and we may or may not have any impact on our CO2 emissions. But make no mistake about it, the Chinese Communist Party will be the single biggest beneficiary of this huge socialist effort to take over large swaths of the American economy. It's an enormous mistake. The competition with China is not to be the leader in clean energy. It's to make sure that we understand technology issues, that we have a strong military, all of those things that Xi Jinping says he wants to dominate.
Mr. Secretary, I think we're being laughed at. Maybe that sounds extreme, but I think China is sitting back, making promises which they will not keep, and laughing at us because we are really hurting our own economy in the name of saving the planet, and they're going to do nothing. I don't mean to go on ad nauseam about this, but I've got a bee in my bonnet. I think they're laughing at us.
I do too, Stuart. I agree with you. I think they're absolutely laughing, and more than that, they believe they're going to drive a truck through this. They think they'll grow their economy. They think they'll grow power throughout the world. They think we are fools for heading down this path of redirecting our economy out of one of the central pillars of growth in our nation, the American energy industry. When I was Secretary of State, Stuart, I traveled the world. People wanted American energy, and now we're going to shut that down. It is enormously geostrategically important for the United States to have a strong fossil fuel energy, and this administration wants to just give that up, handing the keys to international trade to the Chinese Communist Party. It is crazy.
I just want to get this in because I think it's important. President Biden is preparing to declare the atrocities against Armenians conducted by the Turks at the turn of the last century, going to call it genocide. That is going to be extremely controversial. The Turks are not going to like this, right?
No, Stuart, they won't like it. I'm not sure why he's chosen that issue for this moment. There's a long history around this issue as well, and we have, on a bipartisan basis, treaded pretty carefully about this. Look, we know what happened. We know the horrors that took place there. It's not clear to me, with 150,000 Russian soldiers on the border of Ukraine, negotiations in Iran were about to hand the Iranians an enormous pathway to a nuclear weapon, and now these issues with China. It's not clear to me why they've chosen this issue for this day.
I'm sorry it's such a short time available for this interview, but, sir, that was hard-hitting, and we appreciate it. Mike Pompeo, former Secretary of State.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary.